Okay, I am back, and I know I said at the end of the previous episode that I was going to try and launch some satellites this time around, but I had a rather silly idea for a spacecraft, and I want to give it a try. So instead, I am going to do more of the dreaded ferry tourist missions. And I now have 6 of them, which would be awkward. Um, so I am going to attempt to ferry all of them into space on one ship. One very ugly ship. Optimally, I would want to use a 3-way coupler, but I don't actually have that unlocked yet, so I'm gonna have to go with this. I hope I can get it to I know what I can do. I can use a girder. I don't actually want to use a girder. How about this? That works perfectly. Beautiful. Now, utility. Okay, come on, lock onto the side. No, please. Structural. What else can I do to make this work? I don't really want to use this, but it'll work. I just have to be very careful not to ever actually use these stages. Because bad things will happen. No, you're not going to lock on for me? Apparently not. Well, this was a clever idea, but it's not wanting to cooperate. Aha, I know what I can do. Yes. That will do nicely. Perfect. So my aerodynamics here are going to be, I believe the correct term is shitty. Yeah, it's the price you pay. Okay. There we go. So if I rotate these right, they might even be able to see out the window. Aha! Alright. Now we just need engines. So I'm going to stick some fuel tanks on here. Do I want to stage that? Yeah, I kind of do. I'll put one of those on. And I'm going to use the good old-fashioned Reliant. More decoupler, And I guess I'll go for solid. And that's 3000 delta V. And all I need to do with this craft is reach suborbital. I don't even need to enter orbit. So that should be more than enough. Now the other thing I'm going to need is plenty of parachutes, because this is going to be quite heavy coming down. So okay. And I'll put some wings on here and make it look nice. So remember how I was saying part of the problem with my crafts was they were too slender? This is not going to have that issue. It may have some other issues, but it's not going to have that issue. Alright, Jeb, I'll let you pilot. Load it up with tourists. And let's take off. Did I forget anything? I have parachutes. I have people. Oh, my staging's all screwed up. Yeah, I don't want that triggering at the same time as my parachutes, because that would cause all of my people to die when the parachutes went off. Actually, it would work out because I've got the parachutes attached to the people. Oh, one other thing I can do. I'm going to empty all these fuel tanks. No reason to carry fuel into space that's never going to be used. Alright. That actually gives me another 250 delta V. It's not insignificant. Okay. Now my reaction wheel is not going to be able to budge this thing, but it's the price we pay. Not sure why I tilted at liftoff, but I tilted in the right direction, so I'm not complaining. That does feel like it's easier to control, actually. Let's watch my apoapsis. Oh, yeah, that was bad. Okay. So, did I ever pick up? Yes, I did. If you didn't notice, one of the things that went wrong there was everything flew apart. So I can fix that by tying it together there. There we go. That's nice. Now I'm going to do the same thing down here. And that should prevent a reoccurrence of that particular failure. Now, the other thing that illustrated was I think I want to use swivel engines because they will help a lot. Oh, what did I do with my staging? Decoupler. Okay. So that will give me some ability to steer on the second stage. I probably should have put that reinforcement a little bit lower, but it'll work. I kind of actually like the angle it's tilting at liftoff. I don't need to enter orbit, but I do need to be at enough of an angle that I'm... Why are you doing that? Damn it, stop it. No. Okay. Revert vehicle assembly. I think I see what I need to do. Try doing this. This will solve everything, right? It might. Worth a shot, anyway. Okay. Don't know why it's doing that. There we go. Might still be okay. Oh, shit. Ah. Yep, not gonna have enough to reach. Yeah, well, I might actually. Yes, I'm gonna reach space. Oh, sweet. So that was not really elegant. But I did reach space, so that's like victory. So it should be noted, while y'all are probably looking at the pretty backgrounds and the smiling faces and everything, I'm pretty much only staring at the blue ball down here. I pay almost no attention to anything else that's going on, which is a little disappointing because it's quite a pretty game. Okay, I'm gonna shallow out my descent. Use up the rest of my fuel. There it goes. Oh shit. So theoretically, they have added, yes, disarm. That's what I meant to do. Why are you not triggering? There we go. So you can now apparently disarm parachutes after you have accidentally deployed them. This is very useful. I have a long history of accidentally deploying chutes, which is kind of a bit game ending. So anyway, I look a lot at the nav ball, as it's called, and specifically at the generally green icons, which are prograde and retrograde. Retrograde is this triangular one, which has sort of an X inside it, although I don't think you can see that at the resolution I'm at. That is the direction I would point to go opposite the direction I'm going. So if I was to fire my rockets, I would slow down, except I don't actually have rockets. And then prograde is if I wanted to accelerate. It's the opposite direction, obviously. Set these to 500. I wish they would default to 500. Alright, so that actually worked on my second try, and with some awkwardness, I'm kind of pleased at that. That'll be actually a decent windfall of resources. Going a little faster than I'd like, but oh, I slowed down under 6. I guess the atmosphere is still getting a little thicker. So 6 meters per second is the speed at which most things break, although crew capsules generally are rated to 12. And I believe there's some other factors, and I believe that the ocean has been made considerably less damaging in the last patch. So, all right, that went well. Created a good pile of contracts. Okay, that gave me, yeah, that's a lot of cash. Good. It's not enough for of the major upgrades, for the level 3 upgrades, but I can finally get patched comics visible. So that'll this upgrade to tracking station allows for maneuver nodes, which is huge. Possibly the most significant upgrade in the game, other than the research labs and, well, okay, so, and the vehicle assembly building and the launch pad, and okay, so it's not really even close to the most significant upgrade in the game, but it's still a big deal. Okay, not doing temperature surveys. Position satellite in an equatorial orbit of the moon. I'm not going to be doing that next launch, but I will be doing that. Check. Not going to be using jet engine, not going to be using other jet engine, not going to do that. I expect I will be doing this, so I will accept that. Surprised they didn't give me any new tourist contracts. I'm really pleased with how that went, other than, well, it did go spinning wildly out of control for a little while there, but once it got that done with, that went pretty smoothly. Yeah. Wouldn't mind doing another one of those launches if I could get another 2 of those contracts. That generates a good bit of resources. Alright, I'm going to save that craft because I may use that in the future. Optimally, I want to get the tri-coupler there. Where is that anyway? There it is. Is there anything else on that that I want? Airstream protective shell, that's kind of useful. Yeah, but that's a lower priority than a lot of my other 90 tech researches. Okay. Higher priorities are fuel ducts and bigger engines, and also more science, and yeah, there's much higher priorities right now than the tri-coupler. I do want the inline stabilizers at some point, but I don't need those immediately. Okay, so let's get to work on that satellite that I've been talking about launching. So what does a satellite need? Well, it's not a satellite, it's manned. So my choices for cockpit are the Stay Put Nick, which has no stabilization at all. Launching it will be a pain in the neck. Or the Probodyne Octo, which is tiny and not aerodynamic, but otherwise I think very well suited to this. So I'm going to put that. I don't want to do this. Okay. Well, that ought to do me for solar panels. That's overkill. I'm not going to do that many. Okay. I am putting this on here purely for aerodynamic reasons. I should not ever actually need to use that. That's not useful. And I am going to need to figure out a way to shove this on here in an aerodynamic manner. Well, I guess I'll put this on top. There go my aerodynamics. Ooh, it's not even centered, Kyle. Doesn't seem to want to snap, but I guess that's pretty close to centered. We'll have to do. Alright, now I need to shove this guy on a rocket. It's going to need a fuel tank. Now, optimally, I'd want to use a fairing to protect this as I'm launching and to make this aerodynamic, but I don't actually seem to have fairings unlocked yet, so that's not really an option. So it's going to be ugly. That alone is apparently 2.755 kilometers per second delta V. That's way more than I actually need on the final stage, so I'm gonna drop that down actually. There we go, I like that better. That's almost enough to reach orbit right there. I think that is enough to reach orbit right there. Well, I think I want at least one more stage, just in case. Oh, I just realized. So there's no reaction wheel at all on this, which means I have to use swivel engines. So this has a built-in reaction wheel, this command pod. Oh, the Propanon Octo does have a reaction wheel. It's a very, very weak reaction wheel, though. The reaction wheel on the Mark 1 command pod has a torque of 5.0, whereas the Octo is 0.3. So that is dramatically weaker. So I'm going to want to use swivel engines. I don't like using swivel engines because they're significantly more mass with not. I don't think they have higher thrust. Yeah, they have lower thrust and higher mass. Kind of awful engines, but until I can get reaction wheels, that's what I've got to use. Alright. So that's 4200 delta V. That's a lot of delta V, actually. Oh, I forgot to stage this. That'll make a difference. I think this craft right here can probably make it to the moon. Oh. Let's see how high I can go. Liftoff. I'm glad it's flying straight despite the awful aerodynamics. I feel like I forgot something, but I don't think I forgot anything other than parachutes. Ooh, stop that, stop that. Nope, nope, stop, 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 stop. Fucking hell. Well, I guess this video is now officially not safe for work. Ah. Okay. So, launch, actually revert to vehicle assembly. Fins. I keep not using fins, and then I keep being like, why am I not using fins? So I guess I did forget something other than... Alright, fins. Try this again. Whoa. Why are you tilting? Why are you tilting? Stop tilting that much. Oh, well. There we go. Well, I'm going up again. It's like progress. Where's my apoapsis? 20K. So I don't think most NASA flights go quite like that. I think they have quite a bit less flailing. But I guess that's an advantage of being, you know, a professional space agency. Oh yeah, blow blasting it. Oh, that would help. Okay. So, oh, I did forget something. I forgot something absolutely essential and I'm going to have to reload. Well, that's unfortunate. I need an antenna. This thing doesn't actually count unless it has an antenna. There we go. That looks nice. It's aerodynamic now. Right? Okay. Is there anything I can do to help this thing? A little bit. Actually, you know what I should take a look at? I've been avoiding this entire tree. Yeah, I probably should buy this as soon as I have enough research to do so, but that's not going to be for a little while. Okay. Oh well. Watch. One more try. Hopefully this will go smoothly. So what I just did there was I combined this. Whoop, whoop, why am I tilting? Stop tilting. Stop tilting. I suspect my mass is slightly off center. No, bad. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Nope, stop. Should not be having re-entry effects while I'm still lifting off. Oh, my Apple abscess is way too high. Well, so what's my target orbit for this? Oh, that's around the moon. Yeah, I guess I'm not doing that now. I may not have brought enough fuel after all. Well, I brought enough fuel except for the wild flailing around portion of my exercise. Well, that's circularizing fast. So with ScanSat, there is an optimal height for each different type of satellite. And I can never quite remember what the optimal heights are. So I'm actually, I believe the optimal height for this, which is a radar, right? Yes, radar altimetry sensor, is as low as possible. Well, I can't really do as low as possible, so. I really didn't bring much fuel. Should have brought an extra small tank, because I am going to want to do a number of repositionings. Alright. Now, I was very careful to get into a equatorial orbit because I thought I had that one mission that required me to do so. but I do not actually have a mission to be in an equatorial orbit. So I don't actually want to be in an equatorial orbit. I want to be in a inclined orbit. And there is a specific inclined orbit that is optimal, and I have no clue what that orbit actually is. So, yeah. Let's try that. So I now have maneuver nodes enabled, and what maneuver nodes allow me to do is to plan maneuvers in advance. Okay, where's the sun? There we go, there's the sun. I am going to start my radar scan. And let's take a look at what this is doing. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to be launching a second satellite into a polar orbit to speed this process up. Oh hey, there's now a warp to maneuver node button. That's kind of useful. Except that it flew me right past it. That sucked. Oh well. Guess I'll do one full circuit of the equator. Whoops. Uh-oh. Well, I'm out of fuel. So whatever orbit I just landed in is the orbit I'm in. I'll map a narrow swath. It will do. So that was not a perfect launch by any means, but it sort of accomplished its purpose. So for starters, I definitely want more fuel on this guy. So I'm going to give it one of these. And, I wish there was something I could do to make this thing fly smoother. It really kind of isn't. Oh well. One thing I could do is replace this with liquid fuel. And that would allow me to have a gimbaling engine. And apparently higher delta V. Alright, well, let's try it. This time I am aiming for polar orbit. I have more than enough fuel that I should be able to make it to the moon or Minmus, but we'll see where I... Well, that went well. Okay. Let's see here. I don't think those are on straight. I guess that's straight. Close enough. And... yeah, got that. Kids, don't try this at home. Oh, well, one problem was I didn't stage properly, but... definitely trying to spin on me, but ah, come on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure NASA launches don't include spinning wildly as part of their routine launch procedure, but it seems like mine do. um, and I'm starting to get used to that. I know how to deal with it. Just cut the engines, wait for it to be pointing in the right direction, fire them again. You can sort of regain control sometimes, maybe, kinda. It's like a strategy. Seventy, 74, 80. Good. Rotate. Slowly rotate. There we go. There we go. It's enough. Okay. No, no, no. Wrong direction. I definitely want reaction wheels. Alright, I'm officially in space. Okay, wait a couple seconds and then let's do my circularization burn. Now I have a bit more fuel in this, but I'm actually going to drop it here so that I don't leave space debris. Alright. Now Start radar scan. Refresh. Oops. There we go. So I now have 2 satellites mapping Kerbin. And I think with that, let's fly over the poles. I don't usually fly over the poles. So ScanSat is a great mod. It allows for the creation of a variety of different types of maps, including altimetry maps, both low and high res. This is the low res altimetry map, a biome map, and also a map of anomalies. The maps can be displayed in a variety of map projections. So there are, for example, polar projections. And they will update passively. It takes some quantity of time in order to complete them. They are worth science. Click on it. I can hit analyze data, and I don't not yet completed enough to send any, but it will be once I get up. I think over 10 is when you start collecting science from it. Up to I think 95% is considered complete. And it will make planning landings on the extra Kerbin bodies dramatically easier. I will eventually want, oh, there's the pole. I will eventually want to have mapsats in orbit around all of the celestial bodies with a full suite of mapping systems. I will also probably be mapping for minerals at that point because that has been added in one of the patches. I have never done anything with that, but I am kind of curious about it. Maxing out my sun exposure. So I will have probably some gaps in my map where it runs out of electricity because it's behind the planet. Although these batteries hold quite a bit of electrical charge. How much does this consume? I believe it tells me. Or I may have to be in the ship creation vehicle assembly bay in order to tell, but I am curious whether this is a polar enough orbit to get the far pole. It does not look like it will be, but I'll find out very shortly. It will go zipping around the bend. It can also be done on time acceleration. Um, so yeah, this is not far enough north to catch that most polar area. Um, if you look in polar projection, and it's going to be a pretty small, area-wise, it'll be a pretty small little area that I don't get. I have more than enough fuel to adjust my orbit to collect that last little bit after it's finished mapping what it can. There are optimal orbits that will get the entire map in a minimum number of cycles, but I don't really, I definitely don't know the mathematics for that, and I'd have to spend quite a bit of time poking around the forums to find it. Someone else has done the calculations, but am I still getting data down here? Should be. Switch that other craft and see what's going on with it. Where is it? Why is it not showing up here? Space Center. What? Did something happen to my other probe? Well, that's weird. I wonder if I had it in a poor orbit. I don't know. I'll have to look back at my video log and check, but I can swear I checked that. That or I hit a wrong button. I don't know. That's interesting. Oh, I guess I only have one craft mapping Kerbin then. Moderately unfortunate. Alright, I am going to sign off here and I'm going to let this thing do its thing, and when I come back I should have a full altimetry map of Kerbin. So I will see you later. Alright, I am back and I am 95.6% done with my map. I have mapped all of Kerbin except for the poles. You can see that on the polar map. Top grid. Yeah. So I need to make a orbital adjustment and get that last little bit of mapping done. Now technically I can collect the science now and that will be all of the science, but I'm a perfectionist, so close enough, add maneuver, and let's get this polar. Okay. Node in. Oh, I can use this. Hat alarm. Let's see if this actually works. Kerbal alarm should automatically start reducing the warp before I get there. There it goes. See, dropped 3, dropped 2, dropped 1, and then, right. So 56 seconds until I'm actually at it. But I'm going to call that good enough. So now let me just make sure nothing horrible happened to my orbit. Yeah, I'm still solidly in orbit. I'm going to adjust this a little bit further though. There we go. Did that get the whole pull? It didn't quite. That's disappointing. Well, that came close anyway. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll get that last little spot on my next pass. Still says 99.9%, so I guess it didn't get it. That's annoying. I am definitely being silly here. Little pie wedge left. Oh well. I am going to broadcast my science at this point. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. So analyze data, and that was worth a whopping 30 science. That's actually pretty good. Transmit data. Go. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I don't. I know transmitting data requires power. Oh, wait, what? There we go. Maybe. Maybe I need to stop the scan. Okay, that's kind of concerning. I'm not sure what's up with that. There are apparently some bugs with science alert and data transmission. That might be what's giving me the problem. So I may need to remove that mod until it gets properly updated. That looks like 100%. That is 100%. Alright, well, I am going to stop my scan then. I was going to deorbit upon completion, but since I haven't actually transmitted this data, I don't really want to deorbit. So I'm going to log off there and call that complete. Next episode, I think I'm aiming for the moon.